All right, live and direct. Here we are, podcast, the 12 Mile Podcast, as a matter of fact, episode 1, December 5th, 2014. We are awfully glad you are joining us. We hope you enjoy it. Whether you're watching it or listening, we're glad you're here. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. Pour yourself a drink and get ready to talk some shit.
We're gonna drink a little shit, talk a little shit, and just chill. Come chill with us.
Coming at you on a Friday night, Raleigh, Detroit.
We're gonna drink a little bit, talk a little shit, and just chill. Come chill with us.
I am KC with brother Jeff, and Sugar White Mike.
Yeah, right? Official.
That's right.
Sounds official, doesn't it?
Oh, so official, dude. So official. We have arrived.
That's right. So,
This is Sugar White Mike here, originally from 12 Mile.
that's right. An original 12 Mile OG Mike, Sugar White. And
That's right. And Big JC, what's up?
That's
Listen,
right.
we all grew up together. Just to give you guys a little bit of background on us. Obviously, KC is my brother. Sugar White Mike grew up right down the street from us. As long as I've been, I remember Sugar White Mike. So
He's
Sugar
a
White
brother
might as
from
well be my
another
brother.
That's right.
Just like brothers.
Yeah,
That's
so
right, dude.
here's what's cool. It's holiday time, so this seems like a good time to start this. We're in the holiday spirit, and, drinks are flowing and all that. Should we check in with what we're drinking, or what do you think?
Might as well.
The question that everybody wants to know is who's drinking what?
Tell us what's up, Jeff. What are you
Yeah,
drinking?
you know what I'm drinking? The only thing, that Black Label, old number 7. Every time.
That Jack
the head.
Daniels?
Yeah, Jack Daniels, right to the head. Out of the bottle, on ice. Ain't no need for no mixer, just a little ice.
What do you got going on, Sugar White?
Well, I do prefer Johnny Walker Black, but tonight I don't have any, so it's a first. I have a little Martell tonight.
Let's drink to Martell. Let's
give it up for Martell. Very special
listen,
old pale.
I don't even know what Martell is, but I know it, back in the day it was sweet. Back in the day.
We dropped out some Martell at JLB. Dropping on something, didn't we?
To try and bribe them to play our music?
Yeah.
No. That was Hennessy.
I don't think it was, Kev. I think we got a bottle of something. I don't think it was Hennessy. Maybe it was Hennessy. But I thought it was Martell, and we gave it to not the program director, his boy. What was it?
Who knows?
Who was under the program director?
Who knows? But he kept it. He didn't give it to the program director.
No. He didn't give it to the program director. What you drinking on, dog?
Yeah, so here's the deal. I'm rocking the Carolina Pale Ale from the Carolina Brewing Company. It's actually pretty good. So going to be putting hopefully a few of these down during this. And since it is the holidays, guess what?
What's that?
A little extra.
I got a visitor. Look who I brought.
Oh,
The
hey.
fucking asshole himself, who was a pain in my dick, this thing. Do you have one of these, Jeff?
Oh, dude. He's a pain. I mean, straight up, he's a pain. I don't like the elf on the shelf. The kids might still be up, but I'm just saying, I don't really like moving that motherfucker around, dog.
You have one, Mike?
Yep, his name's Frankie. He's going to be hidden at some time. I wake up early in the morning and I realize I forgot to hide him the night before.
I got Big Burn.
Big burn. Well, this is Bill, and isn't that the fucked up thing about it, though? Like, you will forget, and then it becomes like an issue, and if you don't do it, what's the story you tell the kid?
Oh, listen, I tell him, hey, you were
same spot.
I tell him you were up too late. It ain't my fault, but I mean, think of who came up with that shit. I mean, that's a great idea right there. They got a book going, all that shit. I should have thought of that shit for sure. But they want you to do. They're gonna leave little notes and stuff talking about, can you bring me some snow from the North Pole? Fuck that shit. I'm cutting out paper at 1 in the morning, hanging snowflakes up from the ceiling.
It's a lot. It's too much it's a responsibility.
Oh, totally.
Really. Do the kids even Mike, you got younger ones. I mean, Chase looking for it every time he gets
He's
up.
looking for it. He's looking for it, and sometimes I forget.
Yeah, and what's the excuse? What do you say?
Yeah, well, Daddy drank too much.
Mine, dog. I mean, they're up first thing looking for it,
Yeah.
and I mean that is the first thing up. Jackson is looking for that thing as soon as he wakes up.
Like I don't know, when we grew up, we never had one, but did it even exist? Nobody ever
No, it
talked
didn't
about
exist
it.
till like 2 years ago. That thing wasn't out till like 2 years ago, and then it started popping up in Macy's and Nordstrom all of a sudden. And then next thing you know, everybody's rocking that thing probably maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah,
Some
but
lady thought of it.
it's a good threat. I use it against the kids when we're in the room and Frankie's looking. Better not be bad, or you're not getting no presents. He's gonna report to Santa. Point up at him. He's looking with that creepy eye out of the corner of his eye.
Well, that's the idea for him, right? Is that they look over and make sure you ain't
He's a
messing
hater.
around.
He's a hater.
He's
The elf is
He's
a
actually,
hater.
you know what? He's a snitch.
He's a snitch.
He is, straight up. He's straight up. Even when you look at him, he's shady looking. He's a shady looking little
pervert.
Little snitch likes children.
Yeah, he's the snitch. I'll tell you what's weird about it. Also, is so you can walk into any store now and buy it, right? Well, the kids see the box. How do you what? I don't.
You gotta come up with some shit, dude. You gotta tell them, I mean, you gotta just come up with some shit.
I have a real funny story about that. Good friend of mine, I sent him a picture of my doll, and he said, "Wow, it looks a lot different than mine." Sent the picture of his. Not, his was a lot darker than mine. He said, he thought you just grab it off the shelf. He didn't realize there was boys, girls, different colors, different races.
Oh wow!
It was pretty funny. I mean, just they all look different. I actually bought one for my nephew today. I actually opened up the box and looked at it. It was a girl, but whatever. That's all they had.
Hey, it is what it is. I didn't know they came in like different races and stuff.
Oh, you gotta open them up. I mean, they're all different. Not that it matters for your elf, but I mean, they're all different.
Yeah.
No matter what color they are, they're all creepy, dude. They got them crazy eyes. They got them crazy eyes.
I was under the impression when we got it that we would just sit it up on the mantle, and it would just sit there and watch things, right? Like, and then go and snitch to Santa, like we were saying. But like the moms and dads have made it a major deal. Like it's zip lining in. It's this one I had to take him out of the refrigerator. He was in the refrigerator, freezing out. Like it's
Big Burn is lazy. Now. Big Burn is lazy like me, I'm trying to just chill. Big Burn's trying to chill, dude. I'm telling him. He don't like to move around that much, and he might be in the same spot, here and there. If you stay up too late, he don't got time to fly and report. But you better be good. I mean, the kids will be crying over that, dude.
Yeah. Oh, was it you talking earlier, Jeff, about the parents, speaking of crying at Christmas, they canceled Christmas?
Yeah, that's horrible. I mean, I couldn't do that to the kids, dude.
What's the story there?
I read this article. It was like 11.
Should we preface this by saying that, like, we don't know the news for nothing? We don't know.
We don't know all the news. We might just hear something. It might not even really be news. We might just really be making it up. So you got to take what we say with a grain of salt.
Yeah, rumors. Like we spread them.
But I heard it. I ain't gonna say where I heard it, but like an 11-year-old or like 8-year-old and like either a 5 or a 3-year-old. And they were acting up. They wouldn't quit acting up, so they threatened to take away Christmas. That seems rotten to me, dude. I got an 8-year-old and a 9-year-old. I ain't trying to take away Christmas. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even trying to say Santa ain't bringing you none. That's just rotten. My little ones don't act up. You got to put them in check. I think the real problem is the parents. That's bad parenting.
How bad did the kid have to act to have Christmas canceled?
That's fucked up. I mean,
Fucked up.
straight up, what can a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, what can they do that's so bad?
Are they that young? Are they that young? Because I couldn't see
I
doing it.
think the story was 11-year-old, it was either 8 or 5 and like 3. First of all, the 3-year-old definitely can't do nothing that bad.
Yeah.
Even the 8-year-old, I mean my son is 8. What can he do so bad that I'm threatening taking away for Christmas? But if you threaten it, I mean you got to follow through. Otherwise,
I thought I saw where the lady was she was saying
crazy.
that she was like they're going to be giving this year on instead and blah 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 all the shit a mom would say of why,
I
and
think what
then
they
she
said
was
is
just
they
like
were
being
taking.
thankful.
Well, I think they said that they would take that Santa was not going to post. First of all, Santa always posts. I mean, if you got some money, if you got money, Santa posts. If you don't got no money, Santa might not post, and you hope somebody will post Santa up for you. That's the spirit of Santa Claus. Everybody is Santa Claus. In my opinion, you have to be part of Santa Claus, and there is a Santa, in my opinion. I mean, you got to take part in Santa. But what she said is Santa ain't posting up, and we will still post up, but we are going to only bring educational bullshit for the children. So that they're going to bring flashcards and pencils.
I guess.
You got your Ticonderogas, and you got some math flashcards. And then the other stuff, and they were going to have to give some shit to some needy kids, which is a good lesson. They should just do that anyway. You should do that for your kids anyway and teach them to give anyway,
Yeah.
But I mean, to take Christmas away, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Everyone should be given a little bit more this year, but you can't take it all away, especially from little kids. Yeah, that's special. A couple days a year.
I mean, you can't, Mike. What's serious? Straight up, what could Chase do so bad that it would warrant taking away Christmas at 8 years old?
Nah.
Or even saying that Santa ain't coming when you're 8. Maybe the 11-year-old is talking some shit. I ain't trying to say you got Adrian Peterson them and make them pick a switch, but I'm just saying, you got to put the kids in check and they better respect you. Apparently, the kids don't respect the parents. And that's taught from early on, in my opinion. My kids won't act up. I tell them to do something, they do it.
Maybe the parents don't have the patience that's needed. Maybe it's not the kids.
Well, they better go fishing.
That's the answer for everything. Just go fishing.
I mean, you got to learn some patience. You better get your fish on.
Yeah. You can't cancel Christmas on them one way or the other.
No, hell no, dog. That's rotten.
Yeah.
I mean, the kids start counting Christmas down. Jack starts counting Christmas down right from the day after Christmas. He's talking about 364.
Yeah, ready for the next one. Well, and was it you earlier, Mike, talking about speaking of Christmas since we're on it, but 36% of people spend, what was the thing?
Yeah, I went to the mall today and I saw all these people with these big bags, and I went to a mall in a area that maybe wasn't as nice as some of the other areas, and I would say that people had big bags, and I looked up online. It said 36% of people overspend on what they can on Christmas, and they put themselves in big time debt that they can't afford, and that's a sad thing. And if I sell cars, as so does Jeff, and we see people spending just way out of whack, and if they're spending that on presents for other people, I can only imagine what they spend on themselves. I mean, you're in real estate, Kevin. You see it more than anything. People spending is way out of whack. I think they think what they deserve and what they're entitled to, and not what they can afford.
Oh, dude, I had this girl come in yesterday. I mean, they're like 22, 23, engaged. They just bought a truck for me. All of a sudden, they're coming in there talking about they need a new car. Great, cool. We want all-wheel drive. We want this. We want that. They ain't trying to get no starter car, dude. They don't got no baby coming. They're talking about they need 3 rows and they need an all-wheel drive $38,000 car. Their payment on their truck's like 4 something. She don't make but 20 something thousand bucks.
Yeah. Well,
and talking about my mom's a bitch. She won't let me trade in my car she's driving that's titled to her, they got 4 cars. What kind of parents are they? I said, I ain't trying to get into all that. You know, that ain't.
Well, I mean, it's funny because come around the holiday times, you get this sense of that. Oh, it's a fucking free for all. Let's zap the cards. We'll worry about the bills in January. Like, people go
It's
nuts.
easy. It's easy to do.
Well, it's because everybody starts doing it. The TV's talking, hey, you need to come and buy this stuff. And it's, I mean, people go crazy around the holidays. I mean, Mike's seeing all these people at the mall. That's what goes on.
But now the kids, I mean, they expect way more, dude. Shit ain't cheap now, so that's half the problem, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, my son's talking about, can I get a TV? You know, and he's 8 years old. You're like, you don't need no TV in your room. They wanted iPads. They wanted this, that. You know, they want Beats by Dre. I said, it took me 20-something years. You see me rocking these white Sonys. I rocked them out last year. But you know what I'm saying? I didn't get no Auto Technicas until I was dang 20-something. You know,
my 2-year-old's getting a tablet this year. You know, a 2-year-old getting a tablet.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's, you know,
teaching them a bad lesson, Mike.
No.
Yeah.
It's the sign of the time, man. That's what is.
It is a sign of the time.
He can have his music, he can have his videos, he can have his camera. It's something he would use. You know, I mean, you can't look at. I mean, some people don't use a remote and they still use a rotary phone. You know, why use a refrigerator? We still can use an ice box. You know, I mean, you should use the technology that we have.
Oh, I agree. 100%. I'm a man of technology. I think it is amazing. As a matter of fact, so amazing. I was reading today that NASA. I don't want to get off subject, right? But NASA sent the Orion. They call it the Orion, the Orion, whatever it is. 14 times further than any spacecraft has gone, basically.
Wow, that's far.
And it's planning on sending a man, like it's going to be what carries man to Mars. And that's crazy.
Wow. That is crazy. I didn't hear that, but that's crazy.
Yeah. So
that is crazy. Did you see when they sent that shit to Mars? Now I just saw a recreation of it, but did you see when they sent that shit to Mars? There was a recreation video on YouTube of the technology that went into that. Now you want to talk about some technology? This shit was crazy. That shit went up. Your rocket going up. What's up? And then it goes boom. And then it starts floating. Like, what's up? Just chilling, right? And it gets through the atmosphere, whatever, the stratosphere, all the spheres you can get through.
Yep.
And then when it starts coming down through Mars, all of a sudden, it's getting close to landing. It's like about 72 airbags comes out.
Like parachutes?
No, like straight up airbags around this thing.
Gotcha.
Around the rover that's on Mars.
Yeah.
It hits the ground. They show it boom, 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 boom. It's bouncing around. All these motherfuckers chilling at NASA, like on the edge of their seat, dog. I mean, would you straight up?
Like it's in the Bahamas.
Listen, I'm just saying, if you seen that shit and you're in the war room at NASA, and you see this shit coming down, I mean, how nervous would you be, dog? This shit was $1 billion.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the airbags go boom, 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 boom. What's up, right? And then all of a sudden, it goes. Psh, all the airbags bust to the side. It busts these dang solar panels out. It's got just enough juice to get these solar panels out. Right? And then all of a sudden, that shit's like. Looking
around.
Starts looking around, dog. But I mean, what technology to get that?
Crazy.
And now they're talking about they're going to be able to see Pluto? Shoot. I ain't hardly seen Pluto at Disney.
It's out there.
Now we're going to get some close-ass pictures. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They're going to be flying people to Mars.
Yeah, well, it's crazy. And the crazy thing is, like, when Mike's kid, the 2-year-old with the tablet, I don't know who wants to say names or whatever on here, but I mean, think of what he's going to deal with. when he's older and how much even further it's going to be. We're going to be to Mars and back by then.
They might have cruises to the Milky Way. Like, what's up? We're going to take this boat to the Milky Way. Like, hey.
They're already doing that. They already have people that paid all that money. That Richard Branson guy has that all set up. The people are going to go into space.
He's the guy from Virgin Airlines or Virgin Records, Mike?
Yep, I'm not sure exactly the whole thing. Justin Timberlake, I think, paid money for it, and a bunch of celebrities paid money.
Yeah, you could buy a ticket or whatever to be, like, when he gets it going, to take you out to outer space. They bought tickets, reserved spots, right?
And no thanks.
Somebody's
I like to be on the ground.
They ain't never going to have to pay out or nothing. It ain't going to be while we're alive.
Oh, no, that thing's going soon. It's going soon. I mean,
it ain't going soon.
It's going soon.
Come on, dog. It's going soon.
They got that Concorde in the air. That thing was flying years and years ago. That going into space is nothing.
The Concorde, the airplane?
Yeah, that's all the thrust. It's getting through the air. It's getting through space. I mean,
that's Mars. You gotta have suits.
Oh no, not to Mars. They're just taking them into space or taking them to the. They're not going to Mars.
Yeah, nobody's really been to Mars yet, people-wise.
No, they're just taking you out.
Nobody's been to Mars, but I thought that's what you guys were talking about, going to Mars. I mean, you might get to the moon or something,
Yeah, I think
get your moon boots.
Wait, I have a question about the moon, right? You know how there was that conspiracy about the moon landing and all that?
Yeah.
Remember when the flag wasn't moving and all that? All right. Some conspiracy theories to me resonate a little bit. Some I don't care about. So I'm not this big conspiracy theory guy, but why haven't we been back to the moon? Did we see all we could see on the moon?
Yeah, the moon's a crater, man. It's a rock. There's nothing there.
So I don't know, but Buzz got pissed off. He punched somebody over that shit. I think it was Buzz. He did. I think it was Buzz. I think he knocked somebody out over that. They said that they couldn't have landed on it because the landing pad and the this and the that. But I think he was either Buzz. I think it might have been Buzz or Neil, one of them.
He was probably buzzed.
Yeah, I would think it was probably Buzz. You're right.
I mean, it just sounds like he would be more liable to be nasty, buzzed up.
Hey, so speaking of, we were talking about people spending more than they have and all that.
Yeah.
So I figured, today I was on Facebook. I'm often on Facebook. All right. So I decided, all right, well, we're doing a podcast. I should get back on, so we can promote it. Listen, people listening, just for the record, we're trying to do this like good, right? We're doing the best we can, episode 1, and we would like to we're going to do this once a week, so we want to do it good, so we want to promote it and stuff. So please, shameless plug, but follow us on Twitter at 12 Mile Podcast, like and subscribe to the videos. We're going to get better as we go, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But that being said, I was on Facebook today because I got back on.
How sweet is Sugar White Mike? Just make sure you say that on Twitter. How sweet is Sugar White Mike?
Hashtag
White Mike.
Sugar White Mike.
Hashtag Sugar White Mike. We could have it trending one day. That should be a goal. Have Sugar White Mike trending on Twitter. Anyway. On Facebook, I thought it would be funny to do a little segment where we read a real Facebook status on the air, right? So I picked one, and I recorded it earlier, and I'm going to play it. And it was going back to people not having any money.
You put it online for the world to see. Now the 12 Mile Podcast is happy to read your Facebook status.
I miss my mom's food stamp card. I don't like paying real money for food.
LMFAO.
Oh well. Facebook status.
Really? That is a real Facebook status.
What? No
that
way.
was a real Facebook status? I thought you made it up.
No. That you want to listen. Listen to it again.
You put it online for the world to see.
This is real.
Now the 12 Mile Podcast is happy to read your Facebook status.
Super genius. Here we go. I miss my mom's food stamp card. I don't like paying real money for food.
LMFAO.
Oh well. Facebook status.
Really?
I don't know if that says something more about your friends or the people on Facebook.
Mike,
Hey, but sometimes those friends that that have those crazy posts, I mean, you might have a good time with them, but you got to pay. You're paying, but you have a good time with them.
You are definitely paying if you go out with that person. Bad thing is, I probably know that person.
actually, you don't know that person, Mike. Jeff, you definitely know that person.
Oh,
I ain't trying to throw the person under the bus. I'm just saying. I mean, I wish I had my mom's food stamp card. I hate paying real money for food. How are you going to talk about your mom if you're putting your mom's shit out there? Right? My mom's on food stamps.
Just for the record, I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on MySpace. I'm not on Twitter. And that's one of the main
Mike had to
reasons.
put a plug in there, said he wasn't on Facebook or Twitter. He ain't trying to get no trouble. I don't do nothing wrong. I go to work.
I don't bother anybody. That's my client. I don't bother anybody.
Why are they bothering me?
Why are they bothering me?
I can't do that, man.
Yeah. I thought that was funny, though. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, maybe
that's
once
sad.
a week. It is.
I mean, people, you're gonna put a FML and all that stuff on there. I can't read all that people's woes. You know. I mean, you can't put all that stuff on there, man. I remember you were talking about one time, Kev, that what if you had to walk around with your status over your head?
Right, in letters over your head, like bubble letters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like how many FMLs?
Oh, you would know every miserable person around. FML.
At least you know who to stay away from.
That's true. That's what would be great about it. Facebook,
yeah, that would be great about it.
I got in a little trouble, not trouble, but last week. So listen, I was off Facebook for about 4 or 5 months, and then I got back on for maybe a week. Well, I recorded a song. I like to get my songs put on Facebook, see if anybody hears it. You never know. So I get sucked into commenting on stuff. So I see a picture of these babies. They're wrapped in Ohio State towels, and the Ohio State towel says beat Michigan, and then it had the date, and the babies were all born in the hospital. I commented, too bad that baby's going to grow up to be a loudmouth piece of shit. And said,
"You're an asshole."
Right. And so it was on one of my neighbors is who posted it. So I go, you know what? I'm off Facebook. I made that comment and then I deactivated again because I was like, why do I care?
Kev, you had to deactivate after that?
Yeah, because I figured I don't even.
You didn't need no repercussions?
It wasn't even about the repercussions. I was sitting there going, why would I even comment on that? Like, why do I even care enough to comment on that? So I see her on a walk the next day. She goes, you unfriended me? I go, I would never unfriend you. She goes, I would never unfriend you, right? I go, I just deactivated Facebook. And I explained why.
You're embarrassed and you feel like an asshole for saying those things?
No, I didn't because, I said it. It was Michigan, Ohio State were playing. I mean, it was that day. And so I didn't really care. She says, well, that was my friend's baby. So that's, like, the picture was of her friend's baby, and her friend commented underneath me, apparently, that, why does your neighbor hate babies?
Because that's an Ohio State baby, bitch.
She said, I told them he doesn't hate babies. He's a nice dude and all that. So
you're a nice guy, Kevin.
Yeah, well, you feel kind of like a dick, but it just is what it is. But I get in trouble on things like Facebook, just from I have to hold back on commenting. You haven't been on them forever, Mike.
Yeah, don't we all get in trouble and things on Facebook?
Mike. That ain't the place for us. That ain't the place for us.
It's not a welcoming place for you?
Nah, no. But speaking of Michigan, real quick.
Yeah. University of Michigan?
Let me tell them my theory about Michigan, Kev. I know you don't think my theory holds any weight.
All right.
But I don't think they're going to be that good for a while. Because I think it's too artsy-fartsy, and it's a little, the campus might be, it might not be the right campus for the real ballers,
Well, Jeff, you're going to get hated on. I mean, I wouldn't know.
Hey, I don't. What are you gonna do, Mike? What are you gonna do? I think all these commentators and all these experts. I think it needs to, you need to break it down a little more simple than that. I mean, if I'm a baller, dog, I'm going where it's warm and where there's pretty girls.
Mike,
and
do you know
tell you what
theory is?
Go ahead, tell him, yeah.
Have you ever heard it, Mike? Have you ever heard Jeff's theory of why? Now, I don't want to get off on a tangent about Michigan, right? Because
it's a bad theory.
Yeah, his theory is that Ann Arbor is too artsy-fartsy and not enough tough dudes will want to live there because it ain't a party school. That's why they won't play for the school. They won't play football for University of Michigan. He says they'd rather go to Michigan State just because there's more parties.
I've been to Welcome Week. You've been to Welcome Week. What'd you tell your wife when you came home, babe? I got good news and bad news. The good news is I'm going back to school. The bad news is I'm moving to Lansing.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, but they don't go there to party. They go there to play football with a scholarship.
Really? Is that why they're all getting caught up? And they're the dude from USC's saving this kid in the pool. Really? He jumped off a balcony robbing something, and somehow now he's saving a pool, but he's there to do good stuff.
Well, there's thousands of football players. You can't just take a couple of them and stereotype them with that.
I hear you, but I'm just saying he can be broke down a little more simple. They need to lower the grade requirement to get into Michigan, and then maybe they would get some more ballers.
All right. So since we're on football, do you guys? I thought maybe we would. So my buddy Eric, and he said I could say his name on the air. So he's a gambleaholic, right? He knows it. He's admitted it before. I mean, he will bet on.
Can we say his phone number? I want some tips.
No, we don't want to say his phone number, but I figured I'm definitely not a gambler. Jeff, you're not a gambler.
Nope, just on the ponies. I can't wait for the Derby.
Yeah, just racing. Mike, you would know more about gambling than the rest of us.
I don't know. I'm done.
I learned my lesson.
Oh, Mike, you used to get a little extra, pick up the juice for people. It's all right. You used to bet whatever. Then they cut you off. You knew what you were doing. Apparently, they cut you off. He cut you off.
All right, but that aside, right, I figured we would make some picks. Just why not, right? We'll pick 5 games. I called Eric earlier. I said, I want to take your picks, and then we're each going to pick. We're going to pretend we're betting on these games, and we're going to pick them against the line. I want to see how we do versus how he does.
Yeah.
Right? He would study it. I figure these are completely uneducated guesses, so it's a little test to see who would come out on top.
I'm definitely uneducated on it.
Yeah, you want to do that? Are you guys game?
Yeah, I'm in on that.
Right. Does Eric own his own plane? Is he rich?
Eric does not own his own plane. He's not rich.
He doesn't own his own plane?
That's what he.
I want to see what kind of gambler he is. I'm not sure. Hey.
He's a gambler that will gamble on every possible thing you could gamble on.
Does he borrow money from you often?
No.
You remember when you guys were golfing and you were like, why are you taking Oregon over so-and-so or whatever? And he was like, I just got a feeling.
he wanted to bet me. This was a year or two ago. We were in Myrtle Beach. He wanted to bet me this was football. Mind you, it's football. He said Duke would beat Stanford straight up, and Stanford was ranked like 2 in the country at the time. I said, I will take that bet for sure. Duke football ain't beating Stanford, and I think I gave him points. And Stanford, it was like 45-10 or some shit. I mean, it was a whooping. But here we go. We'll do the picks of the week. You guys ready?
Yes.
Yep.
The 12 Mile Podcast proudly presents Uneducated picks of the week.
We picked five games for no reason at all.
Hunches, gut feelings, and rumor.
Here they are, the picks of the week.
All right. So based on hunches, gut feelings, and rumors, that's how I figure we pick our games. So we are going to start. Sugar White Mike, you ready?
I'm feeling good about this.
Oh, let me
Give
lock
us the
you
line.
in.
We need the line.
Let me lock you in.
I'm ready.
You're locked in.
Oh, he's locked in.
All right. So I have them right here. I got the lines and the games. Mike?
Who do we got first?
All right. We'll go around the horn here. We'll start with Mike on the first game. First game, let me just write our names here. First game is going to be Steelers at the Bengals.
Steelers at the
rivalry
game. That's a rivalry game.
At the Bengals, and the Bengals are -3. You didn't know I was putting the line in, too. We're going line as well.
You know, I got to go with Cincinnati. That's a rivalry game, and I'm going to take the Bengals at home. I think that's a lock. Lock me in. Lock me in.
You need to be locked in? You're locked in on Bengals. Jeff?
Mike, come on, dog, straight up. It's the steel curtain, dog. The Steelers can score about 30 extra points on them. I got the steel
30 extra points. All right, steel curtain.
Steel curtain, lock me in.
Let me lock you in on steel curtain. It's the only locked-in sound I have.
That's all right.
So we're going to go with that. I think I'm going to go with the Bengals also. At home. That's a big difference.
I see you guys are betting with Eric on that one. What's Eric's pick?
Eric took the Bengals.
Yeah.
But that might be where you can make one up on us, Jeff.
You can't hate on Roethlisberger, dog. He's always scrambling and doing this and that. He's been run over by motorcycles. Motorcycle accidents or whatever. It don't matter. He's still running, scrambling.
All right.
And he's groped girls, but that doesn't mean they're going to win this game.
So did Bill Cosby.
We're going to talk about Bill Cosby. Allegedly. He allegedly did all these things. We're going to get to him.
My yellow gelatin pops.
All right. Mike, Tampa Bay at Detroit. Detroit, what do you think the line is on this? If you had to guess what they would put the line at, Mike.
You know, I haven't even looked, but I'm going to say Detroit -7.
No way, man. It's Detroit plus 10.
It is. No. It actually is. They're -10. They're favored by 10 points. Who do you like?
Detroit's getting 10 points.
They're giving 10.
Giving 10.
Giving 10.
Ah, man, I can't do it.
Hunches, gut feelings, rumors.
The Lions. The Lions. You know what I'm going to say? I've learned so hard you don't ever take the Lions, but especially with 10, given 10. I don't know. I'm going to take Tampa Bay and the points. I can't take them. I'll take Tampa Bay and the points. I got my Lions hat on. I hope they win, but I'll never take Lions -10.
Jeff, you ain't going against the L's, are you?
I'll shit on you. The Lions gonna shit on you.
Lions.
By 10? That's a lot of points to give up, Jeff.
It don't matter. They're going to be running up on.
Locked in now.
Lock them in.
I locked you both in. And I mean, at home, I don't think Tampa can score on the Lions. That defense is tough. I like the Lions. So far, I got a theme going, Bengals and Lions. All right. Chiefs at Cardinals, Chiefs -1. Mike?
Who did Eric take?
Oh, Eric took the Lions.
Yeah.
We're going to call his the pro picks.
Yeah.
Chiefs at
Wait till we get Bud's picks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Bud's picks.
Highlights with
That's
Bud.
the lock.
Highlights with Bud. Look like the Lions got to hide that Tiger booty on.
Right, who's the next game?
Chiefs at Cardinals. Chiefs are -1.
I'll take Chiefs. That's an easy one. Alex Smith is going to go out there and tear it up.
I'm going to agree with you on that.
Chiefs are hot.
Also, Jeff, who do you like in that one?
You taking the Chiefs over the Cardinals?
Yeah,
yes.
Because I'm not – the Cardinals, they got a backup quarterback, Drew Stanton. They're lost.
Listen, Detroit was hoping to see Drew Stanton. They was hoping to see Drew Stanton for how long, and then they came out and ran right down on the Lions. I got them. I'm taking them. Arizona.
Like the Cardinals?
I like. How many am I getting?
You're getting a point.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like I'm 3-0 so far. Sorry, Eric. Who'd Eric take?
Eric took the
pro
chef.
pick.
He took the chefs. Oh, you guys are in trouble.
Pro pick. Yep, Eric's pro pick is the Chiefs. All right, quickly. Seahawks, Eagles. Eagles -1. Mike, at home. Eagles -1. Seahawks, Eagles.
I'll take the Eagles -1.
Like
I'm liking them. I think they're hot right now. I think they're one of the hottest teams in the league. You watch them going to the playoffs. I really, really, really like the Eagles right now.
Yeah. How about you, Jeff?
Seahawks. I'll take them. I ain't just trying to go against you either, Mike. I'm just saying. Seahawks.
Yeah, you guys are. I mean, every game is.
Yeah, but what's my man's name that was talking all that shit last year in the Super Bowl? And who was he talking shit to?
Yeah, he was talking shit to the other team.
No. What's his name? The cornerback.
Quarterback. It's the cornerback.
Yeah. What's his name?
Yeah, I forget. He's Richard Sherman. Richard
Sherman. And he was talking shit to who? He didn't like him. They got a problem. And then I seen him on TV.
Michael Crabtree.
He wanted to shit on Michael Crabtree.
I like the Eagles too, actually. In the last game, Monday Night Football, Patriots at Chargers. Patriots -3.5. To me, this is an easy one.
Easy.
I'll take the Patriots. I'm not going to Monday Night Football. As much as I don't like Tom Brady, I want to take
Pats.
You can't not like Tom Brady. Mike, quit hating on him. I got the Pats.
I agree. All right, so there they are. We're locked in. Eric
was the pro pick.
Lock us all down. Give us
Eric likes Bengals, Lions, Chiefs, Seahawks, Chargers. Just for the record, they're all locked in. There we go. All right, so listen, you brought up Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I mean,
he's dirty. He's like Marv Albert.
He was sticking his gelatin jello pop in many places, and I don't think.
I like sleepy bitches and gelatin pops.
And handing out roofies.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Raping. He's drugging people. This is Bill Cosby.
That was even before roofies was popular.
He had something.
Yeah.
And he wasn't saying take one. He was saying take 3.
3 of these. I'm going to help you with your career. I'm going to get you on the fast track. I'm Bill Cosby. Come on over. Come to my hotel. Let's talk about your career. Come on, Bill Cosby.
He likes some
raping and drugging. Allegedly.
Allegedly. It is allegedly, but but I'm going to say this. I mean, those charges, they're trying to talk about you got to do away with your statute of limitations. I mean, this shit's from the 70s and from the 80s. They're trying to talk about he needs to set up $100 million basically fund or trust or something that these women get or whatever, and I'm not trying to say it did or didn't happen. I don't know the facts. I ain't trying to get into the facts. I don't really know the facts, but I know I like sleepy titties and gelatin pops. He's a freak, dog.
There should never be a statute of limitations for things like rape or child molestation. You can't.
No, definitely
things
not.
like that take a long time to come out.
Yeah.
Definitely not. But you're going to come out in 40 years?
Yeah,
ain't that a little ridiculous?
Yeah, but sometimes I don't know. Listen, it never happened to me, right? But sometimes people got to wait for one person to jump. It's like, before they feel comfortable coming out. Nobody wants to be the first one. Everybody's afraid to be the first. Bill Cosby, raped me. That's like saying one of the darlings of America.
Mr. Rogers.
It's
Mr.
like
Huxtable.
Yeah, exactly. It would be like Mr. Rogers. Because here he is telling everybody, oh, black kids, pull your pants up. He's, going around talking shit about people. Meanwhile, I'd rather have somebody with their pants down than somebody raping and drugging.
No doubt about that. But I'm saying, Kev, if somebody All right, let's just say, God forbid,
Don't
somebody's.
even. All
I'm
right.
I'm just saying. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say you're young, whatever, and somebody. I shouldn't be laughing. It ain't a funny scenario, but somebody sticks their finger in your booty hole.
Well.
Wait a second. Wait a sec. So 30 years down the road, this mug gets famous, and mm, I mean, whether you consented to it, maybe you were confused or whatever, you consented to it, you
I don't
didn't
know that they
consent to it 30 years down the road, you think you deserve $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $20 million? I don't
Sugar
know.
White, back me up here. I mean, you
I
can't
disagree with you.
consent if you can't consent if you're drugged.
No. Well,
Yeah,
they passed out.
if you're
They were
drugged,
saying
I
they were
get it.
sleeping. They were sleeping, and they woke up in pain. So allegedly, he has a big dick. But they were sleeping. They were taking not one but 3 pills.
Allegedly.
I'm just saying,
3
Mike.
pills. They were passed out. I mean, you can't. And it has
Okay.
snowballed. A lot of people have come out. I mean, you
A
can't.
lot. A lot. He was a
How
pro.
many? How
And
many?
these are
How
Oh,
all
many?
like 20 people now. I think probably more than
I
that. And
think
they're
it's
all
more than
big celebrities and
Well,
actresses.
maybe
And
I don't know. Maybe I don't know about it. But all I'm saying is this shit is in the 70s and the 80s, and you're going to come out 30, 40 years later when you're all of a sudden your hooch is hurting.
no. I listen. Nobody is saying
I'm not I'm
okay.
not trying to hate on nobody,
Right.
and if that happened, then I,
The real problem for him. Listen, one is too many, right?
oh
But
yeah, one is too many.
but when it's a serial problem, I mean, you're a serial rapist. Uh,
Bill Cosby's a
allegedly,
serial rapist. Is that what you're
allegedly,
saying?
allegedly. I'm not saying it. It's all the people coming out saying it. So that's what he gets labeled as. I mean,
And the media will mess you right up. That's what I'm not trying to be that. I'm not. I mean, everybody gets
This isn't the media,
fair
though,
shake.
man. There's
Well, it's
20
ultimately
people.
media. It's media somehow, and everybody gets their fair shake. It's innocent until proven guilty.
well, I
It ain't
think
the other way around. It ain't 20 people come out and you're guilty, and all of a sudden you're guilty until proven innocent. That ain't the way it works.
that's true.
Prove it.
That's true.
Well, he's not saying nothing.
So what? Just because you don't say nothing, you're better off to not say nothing. The mob didn't say nothing for how long?
Do you
The
think?
mob was guilty.
Do you think
But
you
they
could
didn't
get?
say nothing. They didn't get caught for a long time. Keep your mouth shut. That's what you're supposed to do.
Do you think that you could get roughly? I mean, what did we? How many women is it, Mike? 20 something, 30 something? It might even be. Let's just say rough number. Do you think you could get 15 to 30 women to all conspire with the same type of story? I think it's more than 15 to 30. I'm going to try
And
and
they're
look
all
at it as we're talking.
actresses. They're all like actresses. They're all
Wannabe actresses, right?
the Incredible Hulk's wife, Lou Ferrigno, his
Lou
wife.
Ferrigno's wife. Really? I
Yeah,
mean,
Lou Ferrigno's wife. She
okay.
said it. She
All
came
right. But I'm saying, Lou Ferrigno's wife, you trying to mess with Lou Ferrigno's wife?
That was a long time ago.
With the Incredible Hulk in
And
the
he's
70s?
60.
I don't think
He's all juiced up. He's all juiced up, allegedly juiced up. With him and Arnold's making videos like, what's up?
I don't think it was his
Diesel
wife.
as hell, and you're some skinny black dude from, comedian, and you're trying to bang Lou's wife? Really?
I don't think it's I don't think it was Lou Ferrigno's wife at the time.
Yeah, I think she was like
Young.
18.
Somebody was saying there's a 15-year-old or they were 15. I heard that on the news. I can't quote the source. This is just people talking.
Innuendo.
Innuendos and rumors. I'm trying to look up how many women have come forward. It's been a lot. And I don't know if you can get that many people to conspire against somebody like a Bill Cosby.
Well, if he was messing around with kids when he gets in the joint, they'll be calling him chomo and messing them up, dog. That's street justice right there. So if that's what happened, then hey, that's what he deserves, But
Overnight, Bill Cosby has gone from like a beloved figure to today, somebody wrote on his Hollywood Walk of Star, rapist, right across it.
He was on some kind of board at Temple University, and he's done with that now too. I mean, he's really fallen from grace.
Golly, man.
That's what happens as soon as the media wants to crucify you, though. Then they crucify you, and you're done.
I mean, you
don't matter what happens.
Yeah. Who knows?
It don't matter what happens. Whatever happens, if something happens to somebody, then they want to talk all that shit and they want to wreck your shit. That's what people are haters, dog.
Well, the media can take one side or the other. It's just like the so now, right? The Ferguson, the chokehold in New York, that guy. Today there was another black dude shot unarmed by a Phoenix cop. There's stories about all that going on, and the media really they take a hold of things and go with it, man.
Yeah, they do. That's what they do. And when that's going on in the media, something else, to me, in my opinion, something else is going on in the media where they're covering something up or they're doing something else. They skew the stories how they want to skew the stories, And, I mean, what about Ebola? All of a sudden, Ebola's just good? We're just good?
I think we're good.
Yeah, we're just good somehow?
Seems like Ebola's gone.
Yeah, Ebola's gone. But when they needed to cover something up we don't even know about yet, but it'll come out.
I wish this guy would get Ebola, by the way.
Yeah. Big Burn needs to get Ebola.
Yeah. I think Ebola
quarantine his ass.
For good. Did you see the chokehold guy, Mike, that I was talking about? Did you see that video?
I didn't see the video, but I understand he was just selling loose cigarettes on the street, and they grabbed him up, and I understand that's also against the law to do one of those chokehold restraining moves.
Mike, they choked him out, dude. They choked him out. I mean, my man was like rear naked choking him out like, and wasn't trying to let him go, dude. It was like way, way excessive force.
Well, they're not supposed to do that move at all. They're not. That's against the law for the NYPD.
No. Yeah, if anybody watching this podcast hasn't seen it, you got to Google it. So the guy, Mike, he ain't doing shit. Like at least when the camera starts rolling, the cop rolls up to him or is standing there talking to him, and my man has his hands straight up like this. He's like
back against the wall, huh?
Yeah, back against the wall. I didn't do anything. I've told you before a million times, you keep messing with me. I haven't done anything. Please leave me alone. The cops basically go to cuff him. He's putting up a little bit of a fight, but not really. Big dude, probably 400 pounds too, right? Selling loose cigarettes.
And not even selling joints or weed or anything that still they don't need to go.
Dude, no.
Choked out, just loose cigarettes.
Loosies, trying to make a 10 times profit on a fucking cigarette. Leave them alone. Be on your way.
I bought Lucy's.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to.
Yeah. Sometimes you do need to. But here he is selling them. And the guy that's videoing said, this big dude just broke up a fight. Like, he just broke up a fight. He's not fighting. He just broke one up. They choked him out, and you can clearly hear him say, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe.
Yeah, over and over.
Next thing you know, over and over. Next thing you know, you hear people going, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with him. 400-pound asthmatic. You could tell he had asthma just from looking at him.
Pushing his head all down on the cement.
And they don't indict the cop.
No, that's crazy, dude. Trying to tough him out, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it was a crazy video. It's crazy to watch. The dude wasn't even doing anything. I mean, really, whether he was selling some loose cigarettes or none, ain't no reason to choke him out. He was like, just leave me alone.
Yeah.
Ain't no reason to choke him out like that.
Yeah, Ferguson, like the Ferguson deal, that was one thing, right? I mean, it's a whole nother story there. This one, it's on video. You can see it.
Yeah.
And you know what? Here's the fucked up thing. So the people in Ferguson, I don't want to rehash Ferguson. It's like old news, but they want these body cams on cops, so everything gets filmed. But it doesn't matter. Everything was just filmed.
And they're still shooting them. They're not. It doesn't matter whether it's filmed or not. I mean, if they're not going to trial. There's no repercussions behind it. They're just going to do whatever they want, and body cam or not, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But the problem is, in my opinion, the problem is that ultimately the media, it's like the media ultimately decides the fate of the person or I mean, it's like there's so much publicity about something. No, you can't hardly get a fair trial. I mean, really, this dude in Ferguson, I mean, come on. They were putting all this shit about how this dude, robbed a store and this and that. And the chief of police was like, there is no way this cop could have known that information. There's no way. So, all these people want to be like, oh, he was a bad dude. He was a bad dude. Well, I know people done stuff like that too, but I mean, come on, dude. That ain't no reason to shoot nobody a bunch of times, unload your clip on somebody.
They had 12 jurors all agreed to it.
Come on, dude. Ain't nobody trying to jump in no car.
12 people.
Come on.
I don't know that all listen have to agree though, Mike. I think it just has to be a majority, and they never have to say how many.
No, it's a hung jury. It's a hung jury.
Not in a grand jury though. Not in a grand jury. It just has to be a majority because they're not judging guilt or innocence. This is as far as I know. What the fuck do I know, right? But from what I've read about it, it's like a majority type of deal. But you're right. I mean, obviously, again, to rehash Ferguson at this point is, people are one side or the other on it. But it's crazy when you think of what's going on news-wise, just all of a sudden, 4 bros are shot. You know what I mean?
Well, there was a kid in the park waving around an airsoft gun that he took the orange part off to make it look like a real gun.
Young kid.
If I was in the park with my kids and someone's waving around a gun and I had a gun on me, I'm taking them down. I'm sorry,
really?
Jeff.
Really?
Yes.
No,
yes,
you're
he was
not.
waving and pointing it at people. I'm taking them down. There ain't no way.
But that dude wasn't waving a gun around.
He was pointing it at people.
Who was?
The kid in the park.
I'm talking about in Ferguson. That dude was unarmed.
You guys are talking about 2 different stories.
I know it. He's talking about some kid in the park. You ain't shooting at no kid.
If I'm in the park with my kids and some kid's waving a gun around and aiming at people.
I think the first thing you would, knowing you would get your kids out of there first. You would just leave, right?
And that's a scary thing, Kevin. He took the plastic off of it. That thing comes with orange.
Yeah.
Well.
Don't you? Don't you think your first move is just go? You take the kids and you're like, "We're peace out. You can shoot up whatever, but just not us."
Not shoot up whatever though, but those are my neighbors and my my friends, and that's back the park goes. That's people's backyard. You can't have that, man. You can't be doing that with parents. It's the parents' fault.
If you were
How old was that kid?
12.
Yeah, real
12
young.
years old. Come on, dude.
No.
Waving a gun around the park, bro.
Some 12-year-old kids do have. They got real guns. There's no doubt about that.
Well, they need to get beat.
Well, apparently he got killed, unfortunately, because his parents weren't watching over him. Letting him wander around with airsoft guns with the plastic broken off on it. That's parenting.
Yeah.
Well, I don't disagree with that's parenting, but back to like that Ferguson stuff. Here's somebody unarmed and they're gonna try to say my man jumped in the window. And I know this, when I was doing something wrong and the 5-0 pulled up, I was like, dip, let's get out of here. That's 5-0, 5-0. I ain't trying to hang around. Like, come on, dude. Obviously, in my opinion, this cop had a chip on his shoulder and wanted to be hard. Whatever. There's good, there's good cops, there's bad cops, and you can say what you want, but that's my view on it.
There's probably more good cops than I would say.
Definitely more good cops than bad ones.
Yeah, the cops.
And they're putting a lot of line on the line out there. That's a very serious thing. You never know when you're coming up to someone in the car. Cops be coming up to my vehicle. I'm no harm, but they come up to me. I'm sure they're nervous. That's a very difficult situation to be in every day.
They pulling up on you, Sugar White Mike? Never.
Yeah, I got my hands up.
But I'm saying they ain't pulling up on you.
I mean, I'm 10-2. If I get pulled over, my hands are on the wheel.
Yeah, I'm 10-2 too. I mean, I hear you.
They deal with a lot of stuff, and I mean, it's a terrible thing that happened, but I can't justify it, and I don't know the whole story, but those cops go through a lot, and I'm sure they never wake up in the morning saying I'm going to shoot someone today, and I'm sure that they don't ever want to do that.
Yeah, that's a lot to deal with. I mean, that's a lot to have on your agenda or on your plate for the rest of your life. You got to live with that. I mean, it got out of hand. Everything got out of hand, but we'll see where it goes. This dude in Phoenix, it sounds like, deserved it. Well, according to the cops' report, for sure. But it sounded like he was kind of being a dick. So he shot him up. Totally off subject here, and this is way off any topic like that, but so I go to Best Buy earlier to buy this cable, and I go into the bathroom. I don't know if I'm guilty of what I'm going to say this guy did. He's in there taking a shit, right?
Shitting at Best Buy?
Shitting at Best Buy. Maybe he worked there, but I don't know. He's shitting at Best Buy. I walk in to piss. He hears me come in the door. Does everybody automatically do the old, like, take a sniff to let other people know they're there? Because it seems like every time I walk in a bathroom and somebody's taking a dump, they take a big sniff.
Well, you either got to sniff or you got to tap, and tapping's dangerous from way back,
Maybe he's taking a whiff. Maybe he's getting a little sample.
Well, that was what I was wondering. I'm like, I do that. When people walk in, I like to let them know.
At least clear your throat.
Yeah, but something. Just let them know. Like, own your, claim your space.
I try to avoid shitting at Best Buy. That's the first thing. Try to avoid shitting at Best Buy.
That's a good idea.
Try to avoid it, but listen, I'm all right. I'm in the bathroom, right?
Right.
One day, right? I'm dropping bombs, right? My man, I hear the door, boom, 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 right?
Where's this at work or something?
At work, right? I'm in the bathroom. I'm dropping bombs. Like, leave me alone. The door's locked. My man picks the damn lock.
Picks it?
Pick the motherfucking lock. Jeff, open the door talking about, I'm sorry. I was like, damn right, you sorry? Close the damn door.
Wait, you were just in the stall, or it was like
in the stall door locked.
So he picked the stall lock.
He picked the stall lock, dog. When you grab the stall.
Didn't he look for your shoes?
Like,
did he not look for your shoes?
It's locked up. I mean, come on, dog. That's a sign to leave it alone. I was giving him.
Yeah, as you're hearing him pick the lock, you're making any noise you can.
Right, like, and then all of a sudden, ah!
I'll bet that was definitely an indecent surprise.
Oh, dude, are you kidding? Like, someone just opens the door on you, that's like one of your most vulnerable times.
It's the most vulnerable.
What are you going to do? You're going to get them up, and you're going to get up and chase that room and get shit all over yourself?
Wrestle on the ground
all day.
It's the single most vulnerable. You see a dog when it's taking a shit, it looks at you like, I'm so embarrassed. So it's the same for a person.
Yeah. When that poor dog, poor Earl, I mean, when he's down, he's like, he ain't in no position to do nothing.
Yeah.
And looking at you like, oh.
It's an embarrassing thing. I don't know why. But there's certain bathroom etiquette you should follow. The guy shouldn't pick the lock.
You should look for the feet. Look for the feet.
You grab the handle and it don't open. That don't mean you got to shit so bad that you got to try to work the lock out.
I've had to shit.
Come on, ice cream.
You got to shit that bad. You shit in the urinal or the sink. Lock the door.
We were at a Christmas party once. I may have told you this story. I'll make it quick. We were at a company Christmas party. I ate a sausage dip with who knows what it was mixed with. It was within 30 minutes. My stomach started burgling, right? They rented a nice house. It was a really big house, and I told Tina, I go, we got to go. We'd only been there about an hour. And people were like, why do you have to go? I was like, oh, we got to pick up our kid. We didn't have a sitter long. But I had to shit real bad. So I pull her aside. I go,
Wasn't going to make it.
Wasn't going to make it. She goes, just shit in the one of these bathrooms here. I go, oh, no. You don't understand. This ain't that kind. It's
this ain't that kind.
It'll ruin the party. the whole party would stop, right? So I leave. I find somebody to bring her home. So, other people we know that live close. The whole way home, it was about a 20-minute ride. And I'm thinking, okay, I'll stop. I'm riding, if you can even see me. I'm hovering and holding as hard as I can, talking to myself, no, please, no. Didn't want to speed because if I got pulled over, I was shitting my pants when the cop got to the window.
How would the cop feel, though, Kev? How would the cop feel if you got out? He's like spread them and just
shit
running down your leg. Like
there would have been nothing I could do. Nothing. I couldn't go to McDonald's or make any stops because I was afraid if I did get out of the car, game over. So it was just in the nick of time, and some might have come out in my pants before I even got home.
By the hair of your sphincter.
By the hair of my sphincter. And then I had to run in the house talking to myself. No.
After your wedding, Kev, we had that keg left over, you remember?
Yeah.
There was a keg left over and all that booze left over. So we were trying to go, we're gonna have a keg party. We're gonna finish off the keg, So I got the keg. I forget what I was driving at the time, but something lumpy,
Yeah.
I got the keg in the back seat. My stomach is hit, dude.
Oh no.
I mean, hit. I'm like
on my wedding night, like on the night of my wedding.
The day after. Yeah, I don't remember if you got married on Saturday or Sunday, but the day after. My stomach was not feeling good, dude. And I'm at 11 Mile in Van Dyke. All I got to do is turn left and make it down the street, but there wasn't no making it. I had to hit the Burger King. I ran in that Burger King so fast, dude.
That's foul.
No, I didn't shit myself out. But
I've only shit myself once. You ever shit yourself, Mike?
No, but I've come very close. I've come to Chicago. Me and you in Chicago.
Yeah. That's probably exactly how I was.
I was running. But other than that, I've been, I've been pretty lucky. I've witnessed it go bad for other people.
That's going bad in a hurry. That's doing a complete 180.
Yeah, you can't unsee that.
When your stomach starts going, it's a battle of wills, dog. It's a battle of wills. You're trying to close your butt cheeks, and there ain't no nothing out. You can't take a chance on a fart.
No.
No.
Next thing you know, whoo.
Yeah. You got to go home for the day.
Yeah, there's no squeezing a fart out. Not a chance. I shit myself one time trying to force a fart out in the car when we were kids driving from Texas home. I remember riding in the back seat and I was like, oh, I'm going to push this fart out. And then I was like, ooh, I just shit my pants. I can't even tell anybody.
Yeah.
I had to ride like 4 hours with shitty pants.
Ooh, monkey butt.
Oh, of the worst kind. Yeah, it was bad news. So, well, on that note, unless there's something you guys want to touch on, we can wrap up this first episode.
We might as well wrap it up on a shitty note.
Yeah. I wish I had an outro. I didn't even do an outro.
Man, it's all right.
Played everything. I only got through one beer or two. We got to going.
Well, I got through a couple of drinks. We might as well give a cheers at least.
Well, let's
Marcel wasn't too bad. This is Sugar White Mike signing out.
Mike.
The question that everybody wants to know is
cheers on
who's
this.
drinking what?
Ding.
Cheers.
I'll make a cheers outro.
Yeah, cheers. Might as well end it nightly, give a cheers. What's up?
Cheers to everybody.
Nice.
I thank you for watching and listening.
Follow us on Twitter.
On scissor? You sipping on that scissor?
Podcast.
What you got? Some Robitussin?
This is I'm on a juice cleanse, if you can believe that, again.
So you really got to shit yourself, and that's why we got to go?
No. I get sucked into these. I don't know why I start believing that oh, everything we eat is shit for you. Tina talks me into that. But this time I did this on my own like a dummy. It's day 2. I'm hungry. I'm mad. So
have some cookies or a
I had coney for dinner, Kev. It was excellent.
That sounds so good.
Oh,
so good.
man.
There's
Honey,
one
chili
restaurant
fries.
here. Yeah, there's one restaurant here that I crave. It's a place called Jasmine. It's just chicken, rice, and French fries piled up high, and it's pita bread, and it's so good. And I'm craving that so bad, but I got one more day of this juice cleanse, so hopefully I'll survive. We'll catch everybody else next week. I'm signing off.
See you next week.
Sugar White.
See you next week.
All right, Jeff.
All right. Cheers.
All right. Cheers, everybody.
Have a good night.